Um, so today I want to share with you what's called staff pose. Many of you have reached out to me telling me that you're having a difficult time being able to sit for any prolonged period of time because your leg falls asleep, your foot falls asleep, your back hurts, your neck hurts, your shoulder hurts just by sitting. So I want to show you a fundamental position, again called staff pose, that will increase your ability to be able to sit tall using core postural muscles to enhance your body's natural ability to resist gravity. And that's all we're looking to do. When your skeleton is not sitting in gravity properly, the softer tissues of your body are going to be impacted. Muscles, ligaments, tendons, the joints, you name it, are going to be impacted. The bones love gravity, love it. Ask any astronaut who's not in gravity what their body goes through. They lose so much natural body weight, muscle mass, because gravity isn't there. So gravity is our friend. However, if you're not sitting in it well, meaning moving through it well, then you're going to have problems. So this is a fantastic thing that you can do to create a shift, to create great posture, increase your ability to breathe differently just by sitting in this position. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do and how it works. You sit with your legs in front of you so that your feet, ankles, knees all touch. You don't want your feet pointing. You want them drawn backwards towards you. But you want to keep the bony parts. You want to keep all you people with your bunions out there, you want to keep those bones together. You want to keep your ankle bones together. You want your knees to touch. So some of you, you're going to have to rotate that in. Some of you who are bow-legged are going to have a little bit difficult time with this. All I can tell you is that just connect everything. Just bring everything together. Bring the left and the right together. Connect everything. Draw your feet backwards. So now that we're bringing our feet this way, our knees are connected, and we're rolling them in towards each other just a little bit so that we're all touching. That should have squeezed the upper part of your thigh. Now, take the back of your knee, the soft part of your knee, and push that down into the floor. So once that pushes down into the floor, that basically locks everything down into our lower body. So with our feet drawn this way, we've contracted the lower part of our body. Our knees are pushing down. We've contracted the rest of our hamstring muscles, and then as we rotate our knees inward, now we've just drawn in our adductor muscles. We're using hip flexors to help sit up well, but in a position that is balanced. So oftentimes our pelvis rotates forward out of position into what's called an anterior tilt, creates a problem. Rotating in this way, where we sit tall, creates a balance within that hip flexor, the large muscle called your iliopsoas muscle, psoas as it's been called. This creates a nice balance within our body. So at this point, we're sitting tall. The next thing that we're going to do is our chest lifts. So we lift our chest, so we don't let this collapse. And oftentimes when you're sitting in front of a computer, this is what happens. Your posture is this slouching position. So what we're looking to do is use this to sit tall so that we're lifting up out of our pelvis, so that we're coming up out this way. That lifts up our chest. Our head is going to be drawn backwards. So not down, but back. So that we get some length through the back of our neck while it simultaneously comes up, so that we're still continue this natural staff of coming up strong through our spine while this is not getting lazy. This is staying contracted. Your hands are going to be together, fingers facing forward. You're going to place them by your side or slightly behind your body, just slightly behind the hips, depending upon how long your arms are. There's two schools of thought with this as far as where the hands contact. If you take your hands and you push just as hard as you do with everything else, what that's going to do, without lifting your butt off the floor, what that's going to do is that's going to help lift your chest up. So you can do that. You can sit as I've just described. You can use your hands to push down, lift your head up, bring it backwards, and this will help to lift your chest up higher. That's one school of thought. The other school of thought is that the hands they're just making contact. They're not pushing at all. They are literally just resting gently as you would rest them on a child's back. Just very, very gently. They're just touching the ground just enough to make contact. And the rest of your body is doing the work to keep your chest up and your chin backwards. And you hold this position. Now, when your hands are by your side, you also want to make sure your shoulders are down and then backwards. So they're down and back. That takes the scapulas and it retracts them. It brings them closer to the rib cage. It helps to open up our chest, brings our collarbone backwards, helps with breathing. So we sit like this, feet drawn in, ankles together, knees together, pushing down against the floor with our legs, pushing down with our butt, sitting tall through our pelvis, chest is high, chin drawn backwards, lifting through our neck, hands by our side, either gently or pushing. That's your decision, whatever you feel is best for your body. Shoulders down, backwards, and you just do one of two things with your eyes. You either look straight ahead and just gaze as you hold this position, or you can close your eyes and just roll your attention up to the point in between your eyebrows. That choice is yours. And you sit here and you hold this position. And you always, as you're in this position, you're always lifting. You're always pushing against gravity, using the floor to do that, and you're sitting tall. Pushing helps you to sit tall. A plant, if you think about it, has to root, so it has to push down in order for it to grow, to come up. And this is the same thing. You're just doing the same thing. You're pushing down so that you can grow up and create this wonderful posture. Start with 3 minutes. Start with doing it every day. Do it every day for 3 minutes and see what happens with your body's own ability to be able to function better in gravity. See how you move differently. See how your body feels. See the fluidity that starts to happen. For those of you who sit at desks for a long part of the day, start to understand how much better you start to feel by sitting taller. This simple thing, not so simple thing, is called staff pose. Do it. Do it every day for 3 minutes. Add as much time onto this as you care to. It's fantastic. It is a fundamental position in yoga to develop a very strong spine, develop fantastic posture. So use it to your best advantage. And as always, I wish you well. Sat Nam.